Air Force was on a mission in northern Syria, even though actually the airstrike targeted the west of the country. Because of that, the Illusion Il-20 did not withdraw to safety, and it was in the line of fire of Syrian air defenses. The Israeli crew members were perfectly aware of the situation in the air, and they used the Russian aircraft as a shield. As a result, 15 of our servicemen were killed. This forced us to take appropriate measures in response to increase the safety of Russian servicemen fighting international terrorists in Syria. As instructed by the President of the Russian Federation, the Defense Ministry will take the following steps to boost the Syrian air defense systems. First, within the next 2 weeks, Russia will transfer the modern S-300 surface-to-air missiles to the Syrian armed forces. This system is capable of hitting targets 250 kilometers away and attack several targets at the same time. This new system will significantly boost the capabilities of the Syrian air defenses. In 2013, we were ready to supply this system to Syria, and Syrian servicemen have undergone appropriate training, but Israel asked us to suspend this shipment, and we did so. Yet the situation is different now, and it's not our fault. Second, the command and control centers of Syrian air defense forces will now be equipped with Russian automated control systems. So far, this equipment was only supplied to the Russian armed forces. Because of this new equipment, the Syrian Air Defense Command will be able to implement centralized command of all air defense forces, monitor the situation in the air, and assign targets promptly. Most importantly, the Syrian air defense systems will now identify properly all Russian aircraft in the area. Third, in the Mediterranean Sea, in areas adjacent to Syria, we will use electronic countermeasures, jamming all satellite navigation, airborne radars, and communication systems of combat aircraft attacking targets in Syria. This should cool down some hot heads, keeping them from reckless behavior that poses threat to our servicemen. Otherwise, we will have to respond based on the current situation.
So it was 6 days ago that a Syrian anti-aircraft battery shot down a Russian military plane, killing everyone on board. Missiles were launched in response to an airstrike by Israeli F-16 fighter jets and accidentally struck the Russian plane. The tragic incident happened around 35 kilometers off the Syrian coast, just as the aircraft was returning to base. All right, let's get to some other of your world stories here on RT International now. The world descending now on New York for the 73rd UN General Assembly, with the main session kicking off on Tuesday. The general debate, as is known, is not so much of a debate, but rather an opportunity for representatives to make a speech on the most pressing topics, and it seems Donald Trump is, well, playing the headlining act. And as anticipation around his performance builds, RT's Igor Zhdanov looks at what we should expect this year.
In the global political circus, Trump has taken it upon himself to be the greatest showman.